So in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 things not to do when you're doing intermittent fasting, okay? Well, the first thing is consuming branch amino acids or collagen when you're in the fasting state. Why? Because this will knock you out of ketosis, because both of these are proteins. Also, one side note is these are partial amino acids. It's not a mixture with all the amino acids. The next thing not to do is what's called the 5 and 2, where 5 days of the week you're doing whatever you want, eating whatever, and the 2 days you're doing a low-calorie diet, like 500 calories, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, right? And then you go back to your regular meals 5 days a week. That's not beneficial because it never gives your body a chance to adapt. It's not consistent enough to really see the changes. And plus, when you're doing 500 calories, those calories are going to block your fasting. So the amount of time that you're fasting within this is actually very, very small. And it's a bit painful because you never fully keto adapt. You never really get into it where it's comfortable. You're going to be hungry. You're going to have symptoms. So I do not like this at all. Next one is omitting salt and electrolytes. When you consume salt and electrolytes, there's no calories there. They're just basically minerals. And it's very, very important to do this because a lot of people have pre-existing subclinical nutritional and nutrient deficiencies going into this. And so everything's magnified. So the last thing we want is having you faint and feeling dizzy and even passing out, okay? So your body and your heart especially needs electrolytes, potassium, sodium, things like that. And salt also will prevent like weakness, fatigue, especially of the muscles. Okay, number 4, if you're doing prolonged fasting, let's say 72 hours, and you have this huge meal, okay, when you're done with it, that can create some problems because your body doesn't have the enzymes built up. It's been so used to fasting, and then you're going to shock the system with all these calories and all this nutrition. Not a good idea. So do like a small meal, make sure it's healthy, and then wait a little bit if you want, and then have the next meal a little bit later. But you don't want to do a humongous meal. Now, maybe you want to do this if you're at 1 meal a day, but not when you're going like 2 or 3 or 4 day type of fasting. Okay, number 5, omitting keto. So there are people I know that are doing intermittent fasting, but then when they eat pretty much whatever they want, and it's not really good foods. What's the point of getting these incredible benefits from intermittent fasting by lowering insulin when you're just putting in garbage back in the body? So you want to combine healthy keto with intermittent fasting. You don't want to keep them separate. So that was the quick video. Thanks for watching. So if you want to get notified with all my content, click the notification bell next to subscribed.